Okay, so I did do an unboxing video, but the sound got corrupted, and basically I was just unboxing this breakout board here, which takes ATX and has power outputs, but we're not going to be using these ones, but we wanted it for the USB. And there's this board here, which I've already mounted in here, which takes ATX power in the top there and gives us a -12, 12 volt, 5 volt and 3.3 volt. And then I also bought a splitter cable to take an ATX Power Supply to 2 outputs, so we can plug into both of these. I've since found out there is a later version of this particular board that has a USB port in it, but hey ho, at present I'm going to mount it on top of this 3D printed case I made for it, and I'm going to put a small box over the top of this bit, so this bit will go around about and gives us the USB ports. The power supply I'm using is this one. It's a 500 watt, not a particularly special one, but not a particularly bad one either. I've cut off all the wires I don't need, sealed them with heat shrink, and then put an extra bigger bit of heat shrink over the top there so they're not exposed and not in the way. So all we've got is this connector now. So what we want to do is, I suppose we should really test it works first, huh? So let me get these connectors in the place I want them in this board. Hopefully I can do it without having to take the front off again. No, I'm going to have to take the front off. Okay, that's fine. That way I can see what I'm doing. Get the right end. Right, that one's going to go the one that's there. Not that it really matters too much. I may have to unscrew it entirely from the board. Didn't think about that one. Okay then. You're going to get a bit more of the construction than I was originally planning then. That's okay though. Don't need to take them out all the way, just back them off so they're out of the board itself. Right, so now the board should come off. Right, there we go. Right, now we can put these in the way we want to go. So the power supply's going to go, that's going to be the top one, that'll be the bottom one. So we put that in like so. That's my multimeter beeping at me. I was just testing continuity earlier on. Put that through there. Right, now we can put this back in place. Line that up with that. There we go. Right. And this one. This one. Sorry, get my baldy head in the way again. Yes, I know. I haven't used you and you switch yourself off, that's fine. We're going to be using you in a minute to test the voltages to make sure they are correct. But wait a moment. Because we're going to assume it works and just put the whole thing together and then test the voltages. That's really the smart way to go about it, right? Just take that switch off, put the switch on there first. If I can get it to sit on there. There we go. Right. Now we put this on. Slide it under there. There we go. I will glue that in place at some point, but yes. Then we'll put this board up here. Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? I need that facing the other way. It's not the end of the world, we can just twist it like that. There we go. Take these sticky bits off of the back of this. Not the ideal mounting using a sticky thing, but there's not really much else I can do about it. Right, we'll plug that in there. And now we'll line it up where we want it, which will be about there. And hold it down while the sticky pads affix. There we go. Like I said, I'm going to put, it's not quite straight, it's good enough. We're going to put a plastic housing over that to protect that. It's low voltage, it's not the end of the world. Now the next stage, we need to put the power supply in the case. So, at the top, sit you in there, plug you into here, tuck these wires out of the way. Is there enough room? I think there's just about enough room for this stuff. Just about, that was close. Good thing we don't need airflow at the front there, and there's no holes for it anyway. Then we get the bottom, place it on its base. Like so. It's a tighter fit than I thought it was going to be. We will, I think, glue that there once it's put together. You notice they didn't actually design that very well. It doesn't line up any of the powers. Is it supposed to go the other way up? It is. Okay. It's because it's supposed to go the other way up. See, I would have put the fan at the top, but the screw holes do not line up that way, so I guess we're going to go with what the designer of the case intended. I may redesign this. Yeah, see, that lines up now. I may have to redesign this thing because I would prefer the fan to be at the top. Let's get these cables out of my way. This is the hard bit. Right, now if we put that there. It really is a tight fit. Maybe I will buy a smaller adapter at some point. It's a very tight fit. Either way, yeah, we can get the power supply screwed in. But before we screw it together properly, let's put on its side and we'll give it a test. So we need a power cable. I know I've got one here somewhere. There we go. Make sure that's off. Oh, we're losing our stuff here. Didn't come on, that's good. Oh yeah, the power supply's off at the back as well. Yeah, that's on. Does it turn off when I turn the switch like it's supposed to? Yes, it does, right. Right, let's check these here voltages then. We want so check the 5 volt first. Yes, 3.3 volts. Yes. Change that to 12. 1193, close enough. What about the minus 12? Minus 11, that's close enough for my needs. I know the USB ones work because I did already test that one. So yeah, that works. All I've got to do is put it together properly. Put my multimeter back home where it belongs, up there. And what am I missing? Goes there, nothing. Right, anyway, let's turn this off for a moment. Now we'll put it together properly. Let's see if we can sort out these cables. So bear with me a moment. There we go. Actually, it doesn't really matter where I plan on putting it up here. It doesn't matter that the fan is on the bottom. Oh, that didn't clip in very well, did it? It's good enough though. Right. So, now that it's put together, does it still work? Yes it does. Awesome. So that means it can go in its place it's going to go, which is up here. Which means another sticky pad. It's going to go there. I didn't think of that one, did I? It doesn't sit in the right place. That was poor planning. Very poor planning. It'll still work there for now, it's fine. Right, let's double check it's still working with a multimeter. So it's 12 volts. Yep, close enough. Cool beans.